So this is the additional video to my own. Um, I got cut off in the last one, but I really wanted to emphasize on how the Eightfold Path has unfolded in the West, mainly in the therapeutic communities. So what we last left off on is that meditation has increasingly become a practice used by the mental health community, and it is very huge in dealing with patients that deal with anxiety, but also in the healthcare community. It has been used to Tibetan methods have been used as a form of like meditation, in the form of healing, for the people who are going through chronic pain, to focus on different areas of their bodies, and to kind of breathe into those areas and to actually acknowledge the pain, rather than trying to dismiss it and continuing their suffering. And in the mental health community, as it has been helping with anxiety, of people meditating and feeling more at ease and comfort, but it's also dealt with in the areas of depression, of being able to have visualization meditations where they can go in and they can kind of realize, the patient can realize that they are not their thoughts, and being more at peace with the ups and downs of life. And also the meditation methods have been used in grief counseling, where they take the individual and some of the aspects of, the impermanence of life and the samsara, the cycle that is laid out in the Eightfold Noble Path, of being able to detach from the cycle of life, and that there is birth and then there is also death. So with being able to lay out that process in the therapeutic community, dealing with people who are going through grief, it enables that patient to better understand, and deal with the emotions that are coming up when losing a loved one. And meditating also on the impermanence of things, and kind of growing and cultivating an acceptance of that. And like it was mentioned before, with refuge recovery, it's not the only people who are taking advantage of this. So also in the therapeutic community and in treatment centers where addiction is running rampant, then also meditation is used as a tool for addicts and alcoholics that are recovering in rehabilitation centers to be able to center themselves and be at peace. And it's also used as a form of spiritual liberation and feeling a nearness of their creator. Of in the 12 steps, they're able to pick their own conception of a higher power, but they use the meditation practices that are laid out in the Eightfold Noble Path, to be able to connect to that source, and also just to clear their mind and recognize that they're not their thoughts whenever they're obsessing about drinking or using. And it's extremely helpful. And I think that it's really important that the therapeutic community is reaching towards more of this mindfulness aspect and taking that part from the Eightfold Noble Path and incorporating it into practices, not only for the patients, but the therapists themselves, to be able to experience this, and not only be able to form a better path laid out for their patients, but also for them to use it as well. And I think that it makes a bigger impact from the therapist to client perspective, of being able to meet the client where they're at, and then actually giving them the specific needs that they might need, the same as in the Buddhist tradition, where the mentor or the teacher or the Buddha recognizes that people are at different points on the spiritual path, and that it's our job to meet them where they're at and give them lessons and skills and develop those certain skills that they're capable of, in order for them to be the best that they can possibly be, with the end goal being achievement of nirvana or enlightenment, or really just to be at peace. So I'm hoping that I continue to see a rise of the Eightfold Noble Path in the West, because it's definitely enhanced my life, and I've also gotten to experience watching it enhance the lives of other people. Thank you so much for your time.